Hi, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation, and this topic is a doozy. How to love my husband again after he cheated. And it's a doozy because there's a part of us. Now, hopefully you're already a subscriber and you recognize that we're souls and we have a body and we have a mind. But they're interlinked, and things can be very complicated because as children we don't learn how to identify what's going on in the mind, how the drive to survive, and it's innate in every living cell. That drive to survive is telling the mind all the time to be aware, be aware, be aware, be cautious, be afraid, be paranoid. It doesn't mind that because it's all about self-preservation. And another aspect of this self-preservation that is derived from the body and is seated in the mind is this fear of those who are not loyal to us, especially those who have made a commitment to us to be loyal. It's perfectly, reasonably understandable that the mind would say, whoa. Now, here's where it becomes very interesting. And there's different aspects that we're going to touch on, and they're important aspects. So one has to do with the reason why your husband cheated on you. Because it didn't, and I'm not condemning you, I'm not turning this around and going, it's your fault. I'm not doing that. However, we have to be realistic. And again, I'm not blaming you, but I'm not blaming your husband either, because we don't learn essential life skills. And so what happens is, and what can be more essential than learning how to be married? We're not taught that. Not only that, we're not taught principles, universal principles, and why they're so important. And so most of the time, we're kind of operating in our own little world. And when we get married, because we don't have a good map, we don't have a process of how to be married. Did you get one? Did you get a book? Here's how you be married. And so what we do is we fall into the trap of leading mundane lives and saying in the morning or at night, oh honey, I love you, see, I'm off to work. But we don't nurture that love. We don't develop the connection as soulmates and focus our lives there. Our lives are focused on the day-to-day stuff. And frankly, and truthfully, that stuff all ends when your life ends. And so it's kind of a wasted life when that is our focus. When while we're married, we have this amazing opportunity to devote ourselves to our spouse. Body, mind, and soul. Give him everything. And he should have learned, give you everything. But we don't. So what happens? Your husband was not basically experiencing the love and joy that he subconsciously anticipated he would receive in the marriage. Didn't get it. Didn't come to him. Is it your fault? No, you didn't know any better. We get married as if it's getting on a ride at a theme park. We don't realize we're supposed to do something, especially something so spiritual, because cultivating love is a very spiritual thing. Learning how to live our lives on that level of love takes some education, and it's not out there in the world. So that's what happened to your husband. And you can't just set that aside and go, yeah, but he was disloyal. You can if you want to end your marriage, but you can't if you want to be fair to him, and if you want to recognize that he really is your soulmate, and if you want to recognize that neither of you knew how to be married. So you start with that. You start with recognizing intellectually that your husband and you were not getting out of your marriage what he was desiring and what he should be getting and what you should be getting. Now, he handled it poorly. Let's be really clear about that. Immorality is never okay. And he gets the karma for it. And I don't want to get too out there, but in a way, you're getting the karma from some previous things that you did for him to have cheated on you. And they call it the wheel of karma, because we keep going round and round. But the bottom line is you're in a marriage where you're supposed to lift yourself above that. And that opportunity still exists. So rather than going, how to love my husband again after he cheated, how much were you showing your love before he cheated? Let's not focus on this. Let's focus on starting right now and looking to the future. You married your soulmate. Your husband is your soulmate. He made a huge mistake. And he may be telling you, oh no, I'm never going to do it again. Well, he's full of beans. Unless you change the complete dynamic of your marriage by you changing how you are in the marriage. You see, although that wasn't your fault, you have the power to completely change the marriage to make the marriage amazing. And he'll just follow suit. You know, when you get married, you're tied together. So imagine, if you will, a couple of horses. Not that you're horses, but imagine a couple of horses are moving along, and one of them is literally asleep as the team is moving along, but still going along. And if the horse that is not asleep picks up the pace, the other horse will too. So you're in harness together. So you as an individual can change everything. Now, I'm going to answer this question very directly. How to love my husband again after he cheated is kind of ridiculous. You still love your husband. You have to get the debris of the mind out of the way and experience that love by refocusing your role in the marriage. It's not a question of whether you can love him again or not. You're still going to love him because you're a soul, and the soul's nature is love. So it just never went away, but it is hidden. So when you're in a situation like this, at the Marriage Foundation, we always recommend the course for women because it is so complete and it is so step by step that it will read the reviews. Don't take my word for it. I'm selling it, right? Read the reviews and you'll see. It will take you step by step out of this ginormous hole you've dug yourselves into, and it'll lead you all the way to the top, to marital bliss, ever-increasing happiness, ever-increasing love. And that's what you want. That's why you got married in the first place. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. I hope you're a subscriber. If not, you can become one. It's very easy. And for those of you, many people have asked when we're going to have a training for counselors, and it's in the works now, and pretty soon it's going to be on the website. If you're interested in becoming a TMF counselor, then let us know, and we'll let you know when it's ready for pre-sale. And God bless you. Thank you for visiting. Take care.